Hey guys, my name is JessiMew, and welcome back to another episode of Forager. In the last episode, we finished off our 1,000 gold donation and gave it to the Fairy Queen. But of course, she rewarded us very handsomely for our efforts. Not only did she give us our very first pair of wings for our little bunny here, but she also gave us the Fairy Aura artifact, I guess? Basically, it allows our little bunny to regenerate, both his health and his stamina. It seems to come in one big burst, so I don't think that it's going to particularly help us if we're in the heat of battle or something. But still, it's very nice to have. So as promised, I made sure to gather up a little bit more gold off camera. Today we're going to see if we can purchase a few more different islands. But before we check that out, I actually wanted to go into our skill menu again, because I have 2 new skill points we can use, and I'm pretty sure I know what I want to pick. You guys have actually mentioned that banking here will be super helpful. This doesn't work like a regular bank, we're not going to place our gold inside. But I guess it's going to help us make golds? That's what you guys had mentioned anyways. Maybe that's the treasury. Banks generate coins 50% faster when adjacent to other banks. Okay, so the more banks we have, the more gold we're going to get for each one. Interesting. So yeah, sounds like the banks are actually going to give us gold just straight away. As long as we build one, we should be able to generate a little bit more pocket change. And then of course, as I mentioned before, I want to focus a little bit more closely on this magic branch. I'm very curious about all of these scrolls, so I think that's what we're going to choose. This inscription thing. It unlocks Inscription Tables, so I'm assuming that has something to do with the scrolls. If it doesn't turn out to be too interesting, I guess we could always go with alchemy next. That one is also very intriguing. But let's see what it takes to build these 2 different things we have now. Let's see. The banks, of course, should be in the economic area. We need 1 piece of steel. Oh, and 10 gold ingots too. Luckily, it looks like we have just enough of those, and of course 20 bricks. I actually made a brand new vault back here, right behind this fairy, that has all of our most used resources in it. So we have the iron in there, we have the gold, we have the stone and the wood, and I thought that maybe that would free up a little bit of extra space inside our inventory. But the inscription table should probably be in the magical section. Oh, it looks like that only takes a little bit of wood and bricks too. So that means we need 40 bricks. Well, hopefully we're going to have enough coal for that. I'm sure that we'll definitely have enough stone. But yeah, the coal always seems to be a little bit of an issue. So 40 bricks. Maybe we should think about just making more bricks in general? Stuffing them away inside another one of these vaults, maybe? It seems like they're very useful when we're doing any sort of building. So I think we also need 1 piece of steel. And we might also need a few more gold ingots. Unfortunately, the steel does take quite a bit of gold to make. Luckily, I have cleared out quite a bit of our islands too, so that means plenty more room for gold to actually spawn. If we don't keep up on clearing out the trees and whatnot, it becomes very hard for the things that we need to pop up in the world. Actually, maybe we should check out the market again. I haven't checked this in a while, and it almost looks like this fairy right here. Are you tending to the market today? Well, we'll go ahead and collect you for a little bit of extra experience points. It looks like she was selling sandwiches, wheat, and landfills? Landfills, do you think that works like the bridges maybe? So instead of having all of these bridges in the water, we could actually fill it in with legitimate land. Interesting, so I wonder if there's actually a way for us to dig the land away? That way we could create our own little makeshift streams and ponds. Otherwise, we might risk losing all of our spaces to go fishing here, and then we wouldn't have any sushi to eat. Granted, I'm sure it would be very difficult to fill in every last space of ocean. Definitely not on my to-do list. So let's see if we can make at least one of these special little buildings now. I guess we're going to have to figure out where we want to place our banks, too. I mean, I guess we could always place it back here, right next to our market. Maybe it would be a good idea to just clump all of these different gold-related buildings together. We can go to the bank to get some gold and then use it on the market too. I guess the question is, how big is this bank actually going to be? I would think that this is probably a big enough space, but if we want to have multiple banks together, then maybe we want to choose a different island. In fact, I'm not really sure where would be a good place for us to set that up. The fairy's little fountain down here is probably too big for us to work with. And of course, we don't want to place any banks right on the druid's territory either. Something tells me he would not be too happy with us. Oh yeah, did you see that? The fairy's aura actually pulled through for us and gave us a little bit of extra stamina for our troubles. Let's go ahead and just munch on this cooked meat though. We want to make sure that we keep the hot peppers in our inventory. We're actually saving those so we can hopefully build our next big wallet. I think it was the medium wallet next. Yeah, 12 hot peppers for that. And unfortunately, we only have 5 right now. It looks like a few more have grown though, so let's just very quickly try to mine these up if we can. Then we'll have more room for the hot peppers to spawn too. I wonder if you can only grow the hot peppers in the desert. Kind of like how we were growing the beets over here. My gosh, a mother beet, it almost looks like you have a black eye. Maybe we should go ahead and grab this fairy for you? There you go. She was floating a little bit too close for comfort, I guess. Yeah, maybe we should actually try to make some of these pepper seeds. If we go ahead and craft one bunch of them, let's see if we can plant them over here in the desert. We could actually clear out this area of the trees and they can grow right where the flowers used to be. Oh, one of you mentioned that we should also look at the water shovel, I think it is. Yeah, the water shovel is next. And it looks like we could actually craft this right away. So we'll go ahead and upgrade our shovel and we'll see if that allows us to grow our peppers faster. Oh, right at the bank though. Alright, well, while that's finishing, let's at least see how big this bank actually is. Looks like the cows and the chickens are getting out of the way too, so maybe they think this is a good place for now. I suppose later we could probably just move it if it doesn't end up being a good place. Oh no, now we're missing 1 gold ingot? Oh, Mr. Slime, 1 measly little gold ingot, please tell me we have enough. Oh my gosh, we actually have enough for 19 gold ingots? Well, we might as well take it then. So here's the water shovel. Dig area is increased, and digging irrigates the dirt. Alright, so it actually kind of works like our sprinklers then. Doesn't that mean that we don't need the sprinklers at all? That's kind of disappointing, actually. What a waste that was. Well, it looks like the space that we can dig is actually perfectly suited to these little squares. So there we go, our very first pepper patch. We'll go ahead and toss all of these little seeds inside, and hopefully these will grow super, super fast. Whenever the ground is watered like this, it seems to take like no time at all. Alright, so now we should be able to build that bank. Let's go on back up here, next to all of our cows and our chickens. We're gonna have to clear out this area again because it is very, very hard for us to get through. Alright, so how big is this bank? Oh, it's actually super tiny. Wait a second, we could fit it right up here if we just get rid of this one last tree? Yeah, it would fit perfectly in this tiny little nook. Alright, Mr. Cow, you move out of the way because we have a bank to make. Yeah, so after a little bit of time, it looks like it's going to give us a nice big chunk of golds. Mr. Cow, I am so sorry, you look terribly, terribly stuck. Yeah, he is definitely stuck back there. Alright, so 1 piece of gold, and I'll bet if we interact with this, yeah, that'll give us the gold to take home. So we'll let the bank do its stuff, and later on we'll check and see how much gold we have waiting for us. Now again, before we open up that last new piece of land, let's see if we can build that inscription table. So we should have just enough ingredients for this too. We'll go ahead and build it over here, right next to our little cooking station maybe? Or even up here. If again we clear out the area a little bit, this might be the perfect spot for us to conduct all of our magical rituals. Let's just go ahead and build a few more bridges back here. That way we should be able to tuck it a little bit further back. We don't want it getting in the way of anything, of course. You guys have probably noticed that I have been filling this land to the brim with all sorts of bridges. It makes it easier to get around when we have all of these slimes hopping around us too, and especially if there are any more rude boys spawning in the meantime. So this should be the perfect place for our very first inscription table, right back here on top of the rest of the bridges. Alright, so how does this work? We can make paper here, and we can make moldy books. Well, not exactly what I had in mind, but I'll bet that all of these little question marks are probably the scrolls that we can make. So we'll probably just have to use a skill point on them. I'm sure we'll need plenty of paper and plenty of moldy books. Let's actually go ahead and make a few of these. Let's see, half would be 13. Alright, craft me 13 of these pages, please. And let's see if we can use our skill point to unlock some of the scrolls, too. So the first one should probably be the Novice Scrolls, of course. I guess we always could go straight to the Expert Scrolls, but let's start simple here. Ooh, and did that unlock us some potions? Interesting, so that's probably directly connected to the alchemy. Yeah, this unlocks some novice level potions. So maybe some more ways to heal ourselves or something? Not that our little bunny's going to need it with all the fairies we have around here. Alright, well while our pages are still hard at work over here, let's actually go into our buy menu, and we'll see if we can unlock this brand new chunk of land. I think this one is still the cheapest that we have, right? Yeah, everything else is getting pretty expensive. So 350 golds? Ooh, is that a little mining area? Wait a second. If we can scoot our way past all of these trees, Mr. Druid, you have really let this place go. I'm not sure if we can even get past these. We'll have to break our way through the rocks. I wonder if somebody's actually waiting inside here. It almost looks like it's a little like guild house or something. Yeah, let's see. Oh my gosh, what is this place? Do you run it? Welcome to the museum. Our collections are rather incomplete at the moment. Feel free to help me fill the bundles. You will get a reward for each one completed. Oh my gosh, so it's like the little community center in Stardew Valley. She's like the Junimos in a way. And a super special reward if you complete them all. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Oh, so we have different areas for each of the different branches in a way. Farming, mining, building, archaeology, alchemy, cooking, trapping, and foraging. Alright, so does it show us what we need to bring? Let's see, 50 beets, 50 pieces of wheat, 50 of these little cotton things. Actually, we could probably fill up quite a few of these. We certainly have the wheat for it. We don't have quite enough beets yet, but we can at least put 29 in. Oh, we are going to have to get so many chicken eggs. 50 eggs from our chickens. Thank goodness we have so many running around. And then 50 bottles of milk? That is going to be pretty tricky to do. Well, wait a second. When did I get an anchor? Was that from one of our fish traps? The anchor is a material and the value is 200 gold. Oh my gosh, you didn't give that to me, did you? We didn't finish any of our bundles. I think she means we have to complete every last one of these slots before she gives us anything. Very mysterious. We're gonna have to put that away in a vault or something. It might be useful later. Alright, so let's check out the other areas too. We have foraging over here, where of course we can place all of our berries. We have some flowers, and that actually completes that one. Oh, the cotton again? Alright, 50 more of those. We have some oranges to give you. We don't have any of the cactus fruits, though. All of these look very, very mysterious. Oh, and that's actually the Druid Scroll. Wait a second. That one last Druid Scroll, I actually have it sitting inside our vault. I didn't really know what we were going to do with it because I don't see us needing trees anytime soon, so we could always donate it to the museum instead. Whoever that lady is who's running it, I'm sure she's going to appreciate it a little bit more. So we'll grab the Druid Scroll, and then why don't we actually place our tree saplings inside here for now? Again, a little bit strange next to all of our topazes and our emeralds, but I guess it fits with our seaweed. Alright, so here's your Druid Scroll, ma'am. We'll go ahead and place it right here in your foraging bundle. Excellent, so still quite a bit of work to do over here in foraging, but we're well on our way. Now, what do we need to bring for trapping? Oh, of course, the bottled bugs, the beetles that we have, the fairies too. And I guess it's not such a bad thing for us to bring our fairies to her, because we do have plenty of other ways to heal ourselves now. So it looks like we're going to gain access to butterflies at some point, and I think these are bees. Interesting. So the lands we have yet to unlock have butterflies and bees. You would kind of expect to see those around the forest already. Oh, and she is looking for a lot of different types of food. Well, we could at least finish off the sushi for you, but everything else is beyond our reach right now. I'm sure we don't have anything for alchemy, but this might actually give us a little sneaky peek into what we can create. Yeah, all different sorts of potions. It's not really telling us what they'll do, unfortunately, but they do look pretty cool. Now we have Archeology over here. Oh, look at this. The anchors from Archeology. Oh, I wonder if I actually dug this up somewhere. Interesting. I don't remember seeing it before, so I honestly have no idea where it came from. It must have been in one of those holes or something. Now we could put our extra bricks inside here too, but everything else we don't have access to right now. We'll have to make 50 pieces of steel, 50 pieces of leather. I think this is glass right here. And I do vaguely remember seeing whatever this was in the market one day, but unfortunately we didn't purchase it. And last but not least, we have mining. So we'll actually have to bring some of our extra bits of stone and ore in here, and our gemstones too. We might be able to complete these actually. Is there anything that we have to place over here? It doesn't look like we can interact with these, but we can talk to her again. Welcome to the museum. Okay, it looks like she's going to say the same thing. I was wondering if maybe she would have some clues for us. Well, this definitely opens up a whole new part of the game that I was not expecting. I guess we should probably pick one to focus on for now. Maybe like farming or something, since we do have a brand new water shovel. Yeah, let's try our hardest to complete as much of this as we can. Though I'm not really sure how we're going to get our hands on this golden egg and these pumpkins. I wonder if the golden egg is like a rare drop from the chickens? Let's go see if we can find some of the chickens running around, I guess. Mr. Druid, do you have any chickens here? I see you have a cow over there. Yeah, you have one chicken hiding right behind your treehouse, and one over there, too. Alright, so let's go ahead and gather up every last egg that we can get our hands on. Oh yeah, and these hot peppers, too. Let's go ahead and gather these up if we can. There we go, so we have 9 hot peppers total now. We're actually getting pretty close to making our next wallet. Are you looking to cook a dish over here, little fairy? Wonder if they want us to focus on finishing off the cooking side of it first. I guess technically we should be able to make all of these things, right? The fruit salad only takes berries, citrus fruits, and cactus fruits. Alright, the soup takes the pumpkins. Yeah, so it sounds like we're really going to have to unlock some more parts of the world before we can truly finish the museum. Well, now that all of that paper is done, let's at least see what sort of scrolls we have in here. We have the Sage Scroll, the Builder Scroll, and the Druid Scroll. And this green pigment stuff too. We need cactus fruits, seaweed, and jelly for that. So I'm guessing we probably need some of that pigment to make the scrolls. And it looks like we need to bottle up different bugs for different types of scrolls. Though I've never seen the cinder bloom before. I wonder if that's something that we could find in the desert though. Kind of like how we find all of these tiny little daisy flowers all around the grasslands here. The cinder bloom seems like it would be a very, very fitting flower for the desert. Yeah, I guess we'll have to turn our attentions this way. Unfortunately, this desert that we unlocked is so tiny that there's not really much that can grow here. Alright, so can we actually make any of these scrolls now? The Sage Scroll takes 1 bottled fairy and 5 of these green pigments. So unfortunately, we're still going to need some more of those cactus fruits to make it, but we can at least bottle up this little fairy that's right next to our table here. Whoops. Okay, or we can use the fairy, no problem though. I know we still have plenty of them out here. Ooh, does that say 67 pieces of gold? Alright, not bad. Yeah, I think we're probably going to want to build a few more of these banks to really make it worthwhile, and it sounds like that treasury skill is going to be super helpful too. So I think what I want to do before we end this episode is see if we can unlock one more extra piece of land over on this side. One more piece of the desert if we're lucky. Let's go ahead and smelt up as many of these gold ingots as we can now. 9 more of these gold bars. And then we'll turn every last one of them into coins. Hang on though, before we start with that, I do want to check out this Snowman Shovel. We need steel, sand, and bottled beetles to make it. So I wonder what sort of special abilities that's going to give us. Do we keep the abilities of the previous item? Like if we upgraded to our fiery pickaxe here, would we keep all the same skills that this bone pickaxe has? And if we upgrade our water shovel, does that mean that we're going to lose our ability to irrigate the fields? I guess we're going to find out sooner or later. Let's just go ahead and make all of these coins. 27 batches of coins. fingers crossed it's going to be enough. But we should probably gather up a little bit more gold just in case. And you know what? To be extra safe, let's go ahead and sell off a couple of these little precious gemstones too. Maybe 2 of the rubies and 2 of these topaz gems. And I guess 1 of these emeralds too. That way we have 5 of each of these precious gemstones left. I want to say that one of the special skills we could unlock would help us find them more easily, so I'm not too worried about making them back. Let's go ahead and sell all of our rubies, all of our topazes, all of our emeralds. And there we go, now we have over 1,000 pieces of gold again. So yeah, we should definitely have enough for a new land now. There we go, the grand total is about 1,700 pieces of gold. So after we go ahead and get rid of this little slime right here, let's see if hopefully we're going to be able to buy one of these lands. Yes, excellent. We could buy the one directly off the desert here. That might actually be a bit of a better choice. I guess there's always the possibility that this land to the north could end up being one of these forested areas instead. So yeah, let's go ahead and choose this one right here. Ooh, excellent. That area looks very, very mysterious. We have a nice big shrine in the middle. It also looks like it might be the last bit of land that we can buy on this side. Yeah, it doesn't look like we can go any further than this. So I guess we've officially reached the end of the world. Well, let's go ahead and start building our bridges. We can grab our farming tools here. We'll go ahead and fill up this entire space with a little escape route too, just in case anything scary pops out of that shrine. Alright, so let's investigate this thing first. It looks like it's something that we can mine. Maybe? Maybe we shouldn't hit it, actually. We definitely can't interact with it, though. I wonder if there's some kind of item we're supposed to bring here. It has a symbol of a sword and a moon right in front of it. Maybe it's something that can only be activated at night. Well, at the very least, we have some more of these hot peppers to grab over here. So while we're waiting, at least it's something. I wonder if there's anything to dig up in this space? Nope, literally nothing. There's literally nothing around here at all. Just a little bit of sand, it seems. Alright. And if we dig up the area around the shrine, I'm guessing nothing's going to happen either? Yeah, literally nothing here. I was hoping maybe something special would be on these tiles, but I guess it's not the case. In fact, the desert seems to be a pretty poor area to find buried treasure in general. We are completely destroying this land, and all we have are a few pieces of sand to show for it. Okay, here we go. It looks like night has fallen. But it also looks like there's still nothing special about this place. That being said, there is some strange, eerie glow coming from it. Just like all the beetles around the world. Oh, there is definitely something special about this thing. What if we just keep hitting it? Will it do anything then? No, definitely not. Yeah, I wonder if we have to bring like a sword over here or something. Well, maybe that's more incentive for us to unlock the combat route next. There we go. There's an achievement for the episode. 50 items, and I think that was actually Shovel Knight? Is that what that was called? Like, I think there was actually a little Easter egg from a different game, wasn't it? Let's go ahead and pop into the Druid's hut for a moment just to see what it was. Do you think that would be a body type? We have our fish. Yeah, Shovel Knight. I never played Shovel Knight, but I did hear that it was a pretty good game. It's always fun to see little cross-game references like that. I guess we should probably consider changing up our rainbow bunny sometime soon anyways. As much as I love this little guy. We have a lot of different options that we can choose from now. And we've been playing as the bunny for quite some time anyways. So would anything else look interesting? Wait a second, Terraria Slime? When did we unlock the Terraria Slime? The Lunatic Cultist? The Plantera? Oh my gosh, and the Clothier too? Wait a second. Where did all of these Terraria characters come from? I don't remember unlocking any achievements for them. That is very, very strange. I wonder if we changed into this Terraria slime, if we could blend in with the slimes of this world. Actually, it's too bad that we can't put our little slime hat on top of the Terraria slime. How adorable would that look? I'm not 100% sure where this lunatic cultist gets in. Like, I'm guessing that must be Terraria too, because it's right in between all of the others. But I've never seen a lunatic cultist in Terraria before. Maybe it's part of like the new update or something. I haven't exactly played it in a while. Yeah, why don't we be our rainbow lunatic cultist for a bit? We'll give us our backpack back. I guess we could take off our wings? No, you know what? I like it better with the wings on. Sorry, buddy, but you're stuck with them now. So I guess in the next episode, we'll have to see if we can get closer to completing one of those museum bundles. It still seems like we're probably going to have access to some different type of land though, because we need those pumpkins to complete a lot of the spaces. So we'll see if our little cultists can fare any better. But for now, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!